Hi, I'm Max Cutshall, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to restring a guitar. In 2018, around 1.09 million guitars were sold in the United States. The guitar industry has been on the rise ever since the electric guitar was invented in the 1930s. I've been playing guitar for around 2 years, so I have some knowledge on the topic. Since I started, I have learned how to maintain my guitar and keep it playing nice. When you're just starting out, restringing your guitar seems like a little bit of a difficult thing, but it's actually not too hard, and you can do it with just a few simple steps. It's important to know the parts of your guitar and the difference between electric and acoustic before you restring your guitar. So first, I'm going to go over some parts of the electric guitar. Is it in frame? Okay, so so this is the headstock. This is where the tuners are and the strings end. Okay, you don't have to get close.
Oh.
These are the tuners. These are what keep the strings in tune. This is the nut. It holds the strings above the fretboard. This is the fretboard where the magic happens on the guitar. This is the body of the guitar. A lot of guitars come in a lot of different body styles, and this is just one. And this is the bridge where the other side of the strings are held. Next, I'm going to go over a little bit of differences between electric and acoustic guitars. So for the strings, electric guitars tend to have a little bit thinner strings because you have the pickups, so you don't need as much volume from it. And acoustics tend to have steel strings or thicker strings so that they get more volume. For hardware, electric guitars tend to have pickups and volume and tone controls. And then for amplification, usually electric guitars are paired with an amp, and you can put pedals in between to create some cool effects. So now that I told you a little bit about the guitar, I'm going to show you how to restring it. I'm not going to actually do it, but I'll go through the steps. So first step, you take your tuners right here and you detune all of them until the strings are loose. And then you take a wire cutter and you snip all the strings and pull them out from the bottom and from the top. And you probably don't want to lose these parts because they get sharp and you don't want to step on them if you drop them on the carpet or something. Next, you put the new strings in, and you want to go from the outside in. So you put one string on and then you tighten it, and then you put this string on, and so on and so forth. And then after you do that, you're going to want to get it relatively in tune and make sure all of your strings are in the right spot. After that, you're going to want to tune your guitar, and you're pretty much good to go, pretty much ready to play. So new strings on a guitar feel great, especially when they haven't been replaced in a while. If you do play guitar, I hope I taught you some new things that you didn't know before, like the parts of the guitar, the differences between electric and acoustic guitar, and how to restring a guitar. Now that you know how to restring your guitar, you can get to playing. Thank you. There you go. Okay, so we forgot to do the Q&A, so I'm just gonna cut the videos together. So, what's your question, sir?
I was wondering, what if you want to replace only one string?
You pretty much just go through the same process, except you just detune one string, snip it, put the new string on, and tune it up. You should be good to go.
Okay. How often do you restring a guitar?
It really depends on how much you play it. If you're playing it every day, probably once every 2 months, around there, just to keep them fresh. Anybody else? You, sir?
How many different colors of guitars have you played?
Oh, probably at least 7. Yeah.
What's your guitar's name?
Zach. Yeah.
Is it bad for strings, like if you don't play a guitar for a really long time? Like, do they?
Yeah, they can get a little rusty. They can corrode. So if your guitar's been in storage for a while, it's good to replace the strings, keep it fresh.
If you had to buy a guitar, but it could only be under $100, what would it be?
I'd probably just go to a pawn shop and just buy
But like your dream guitar. Sorry.
my dream guitar for
But
under
only
$100.
100.
Probably just like a Epiphone SG. Okay, one more question.
What's your favorite type of guitar?
Les Paul. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's it. Thank you guys.
Yeah!